Hey, what's up everyone? Today we have an exciting discussion lined up about 15 brand new weapons and stratagems that are set to arrive in the near future. This includes a unique shotgun that uses acid, there's also a missile guided stratagems, and so much more. Not only that, but we'll also talk about an automaton and terminate battle royale. If you find the video enjoyable or informative at any point, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Let's begin by discussing some of the new weapons and stratagems. I've personally taken the time to go through the leaked JSON files from the Helldivers 2 leaked Discord. After viewing the files, I found several brand new weapons that haven't been discussed yet by anyone. Now, as you are viewing these images with me, I do want to say something here. If you see something like this that says not implemented, do not pay any attention to it because it does say this right here and it says the senator, but we do know the senator is in the game, so obviously it has been implemented. So with that being said, the first weapon on the list is a billhook laser cannon, which supposedly is a much larger version of the laser rifle. Right here it states, the billhook laser cannon is an upscaled version of the laser rifle that is still in trials. It fires a continuous beam of highly focused light capable of quickly raising the temperature of any surface it hits. A flat prism is a standard issue, but other prisms that allow for a variable focus point of the laser are available. Okay, so I probably know what you're thinking. Yes, we already have a laser cannon, that's the LAS-98 or the LAS-98 laser cannon, but this one is completely different. Next, we're going to talk about the Punisher shotgun. Apparently, it's going to receive some adjustments in the future. So, for example, right here it says, a modified Punisher shotgun firing exploding plasma rounds. Fire carefully. Exploding plasmas can injure squad mates. Then there's something else here that mentions, quote, a tube red dot sight with 2 times magnification, good for hitting small targets consistently over medium range. So potentially this shotgun will receive that sight, and there's also the exploding plasma with it. So yeah, this gun sounds pretty cool. Alright, what we're going to talk about now is a brand new assault rifle because we do have the B14 adjudicator, but now we have a B16 battle scarred veteran. And with that, the description says right here, armor piercing bullet with improved penetration capabilities. So for sure, it does sound quite familiar, right? We have the B14 and now we have a B16, so it's got to be an assault rifle. Moving on towards the fourth weapon here, this is going to be the jar rifle. Now this one is completely different because the description is not the same as the one that we have now, which would be the Jar 5 Dominator. Right here it says at the top, the jar rifle fires a very heavy round with a small jet propulsion charge at the end of it, accelerating the shot and extending its range greatly. The weapon is very accurate, but the large rounds are complicated and cannot be fired too rapidly due to disturbing other projectiles with their backwash. Great at killing large, tough things like alien crustaceans. So yeah, to me, this jar rifle does sound quite different from the one that we do have now, but I do have a feeling that almost all these jar rifles do have a jet propulsion system in them. The fifth weapon coming up is going to be an anti-ship laser. Right here it says, the O-X32 is an experimental anti-ship laser used for pinpoint strikes against enemy weak points. The laser is so energy dense that it has no issue cutting through the atmosphere of most planets and has found great use as a support weapon against ground targets. The laser generates an extreme amount of heat, and the process of cooling the heat exchangers down takes a substantial amount of time. Well, I could be wrong, but I think this one right here is going to replace the Quasar Cannon at some point in the future. So which one sounds the best to you, the O-X32 or the Quasar Cannon? If you were to ask me, I would say the O-X32 because, for example, it's been known to cut through the atmosphere of most planets, as the description says. Crazy stuff. Number 6, what we have here is the RS-422. And it says the RS-422 is an electronically charged in fire weapon that accelerates a steel dart to 7 times the speed of sound. The projectile has extremely good armor piercing capabilities and can be used against everything from infantry to light vehicles and even against weak points on heavy vehicles. The safety is on by default and it will fire automatically when it reaches a good charge level. The safety can be turned off to achieve greater destructive power. Just be aware that overcharging the RS-422 will cause it to explode. Okay, so yeah, when using this weapon, I'm guessing you have to be very, very careful because, as you guys can tell at the end, it says it will explode if you overcharge it. Sounds like a great way to just run up into the battlefield and do a kamikaze, right? That's what I'm gonna do with it. Number 7, what we have here is another modified shotgun, and this time it's gonna be for the breaker shotgun. It says right here, a modified breaker shotgun offering improved armor penetration and accuracy with exceptionally high levels of recoil. Number 8, there's apparently a brand new assault rifle coming to us, and that is going to be called the Justice. What it says right here, the Justice is an assault rifle that was created to aid Helldivers in battle when they needed a higher caliber rifle. The magazine carries fewer rounds than the Liberator assault rifle, but each round is of a higher caliber, effective against medium armored targets. Based upon the previous standard issue service rifle, this version is modified with a larger barrel and improved sight attachment options. This one is quite interesting because right here it says each round is of a higher caliber. That means each time you shoot it, there's going to be a higher caliber, and in itself, that sounds amazing. I wish they would make some more weapons like this that are a bit more unique, because this one by far sounds like the most unique one out of this whole entire list, besides the shotgun that shoots out plasma rounds. And last but not least, we do have one more weapon to talk about. This time, it's going to be a grenade launcher that you can switch between stun charge and a regular explosive charge. So it says right here, the grenade launcher is equipped with a 40mm grenades with programmable charge. The explosive charge can be switched between a stun charge and the regular explosive charge. There we have it for the weapons only. We're now going to move on and talk about the stratagems. I would like to know your opinions about all the weapons that we have just discussed. Let me know down below in the comment section. Alrighty, starting off with number 1 on the stratagem list, what we have here is going to be a deployable cover wall. And the description says E/Def10 cover wall was developed to grant Helldivers cover where none was naturally occurring. The cover deploys a sturdy wall complete with a floor covering providing ideal cover. The cover is resistant to most small arms fire, but anti-tank weapons will have no issue destroying it. Number 2, we're going to talk about the 110mm Dragon rockets. This is going to be usable at some point, and it says, a pod of 110 Dragon rockets used to strike at armored targets. Your Eagle pilot will try to pick the best target available based on proximity to your beacon and armor level. The rockets have no guidance and will not always hit the targets, but this is usually compensated by firing a substantial amount of rockets. The amount of rockets means there might be a significant collateral damage in proximity to the targets. Number 3, the developers have added a brand new Eagle, and this is going to be able to carry large amounts of ordnance as well as different types of ammunition that you give it, apparently. So this is what it says. The F-89 Eagle is a jet fighter capable of carrying large amounts of ordnance as well as both atmospheric and limited spaceflight. The F-89 comes equipped with 23mm cannons that can be used for strafing runs against ground targets. Once the Eagle is assigned to follow you into combat, you can choose additional payloads for it to carry. The Eagle is capable of delivering its ordnance with very low time intervals, but the limited carrying capacity and needs to be sent back to rearmed should it run out. The Eagle is also susceptible to enemy anti-air weaponry, and caution is advised when calling in strikes near enemy AA. Number 4, we might just be receiving an actual nuke, and I'm not kidding, because when you hear this description, you're going to think, yeah, that's definitely a nuke. The description says the DMB-500 is an evolution on the classic bombs of human history. The approach of not having any guidance system in the bomb has allowed for packing it with unprecedented amounts of conventional explosives, making for a very large explosion and resulting crater. While the bomb is not specifically designed to take out armor targets, the explosion is massive enough that a close hit will kill almost anything, armored or not. The drawback is that the Eagle pilot has to take more care when delivering the payload to make sure that the target is hit. This increased the response time of the bomb in comparison to other Eagle payloads. This is one of those stratagems you guys have been requesting for quite some time, and it appears that it is in the game. It's just not out just yet. This is one of those highly requested stratagems. I know some of you have mentioned in the past in the previous comments that you would love to see something like this, and apparently it's going to be possible at some point. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know your opinions, your thoughts on this exact stratagem right here. Number 5, the next stratagem is going to be called Sarid-12, and the description says, a rack of Sarid-12 aspect-seeking missiles used to take out flying targets. The missiles have extremely intelligent guidance and a good flight characteristics in most atmospheres. The Eagle pilot will target a variety of flying targets and make sure to clean up the skies for you. Great if you are overwhelmed with a large number of enemy flyers. This one seems like it's going to be great for taking out different types of enemies, like maybe a Screecher or one of the automaton ships. Okay, so that's pretty much it when it comes down to the stratagems. We're now going to move on and talk about some additional information that's well worth talking about. So there are some other things here that were discovered within the JSON files. For example, right here, this might be a new booster, and it says increase primary weapon damage for all Helldivers. Sure, it does sound like it could be a booster. Maybe it's an additional modifier for some planets. That could be a possibility. There's also some talks about a battle royale, and I'm not joking, guys. Right here it says battle royale, bugs versus automatons. Potentially this could be some sort of thing, I guess. Maybe potentially there's a planet where the bugs are facing the automatons and we're also fighting them all. I couldn't tell you, but this does sound interesting nonetheless. There's also some talks about a new predator brood bug. So right here it says the bugs here have evolved into a predator brood. Expect bugs that move fast and employ optical illusions. Continuing on, there's also going to be some sort of volcanoes in the future that actually throw out burning rocks. Right here it says volcanoes throw in burning rocks around this planet. And last but not least, we have this right here that says new 3D printed assault rifles can defensively slaughter up to 30 bugs/second. Not too sure what that means either, but yeah, a lot of this information is going to be available at some point in the future. That is if Helldivers does not crash and die in the next few weeks. Anyways, moving on, we're now going to talk about the top 3 comments from the previous video. If you guys would like to be featured on the channel and speak your opinions, your thoughts, then comment down below in the comment section. Comment number 1 can be found right here. The Baron9405 says, oh, so the previous CEO sort of demoted himself to being a game dev again for Helldivers. Based. The second comment is by Kenny, and this person says, that sucks because he was one of the best CEOs out there. He was very transparent with the community. And last but not least, we have just another Opossum Channel 5304, and this user says, we will see if the new one bends to Sony. Thank you all for posting your comments in the previous video. If you guys would like to be featured in the next one and speak your voice, remember, all you have to do is comment down below. Thank you guys for the support, and I will see you guys in the next video.